Hashem Yahushua, Hashem Al-Fatih, all this is possible, you know, the great song in the world, Shalom to the whole elect. Where he was allowed to come out and took upside the down for his kingdom in accordance with the prophecy written inside the Holy Bible. Alright, coming in the same stead as the prophets before, basically speaking of what was going to happen prior to it taking place. So like you had the prophets Jeremiah, Isaiah, Ezekiel, Noah, and various Jonah, right? Various different prophets that basically made it known what was about to happen prior to the events took place. And that's how the Heavenly Father deals with everything. He's always going to make his intentions known so people ready themselves and avoid feeling the brunt of things, right? If they take heed to what he's saying, what he's telling them. But if not, then if you get swept to the judgment, basically it's upon yourself. Right? As I told you in the book of Ezekiel, about the blood being on your hands. So we're made to unnoticed. People are aware of the events that are unfolding, right, in terms of the public eye, and it's making a public standing with the nation of America basically look appalling, right? Their public relations right now is teetering down to, minus 1,000, right? Because people ain't really rating them as much. And they're looking at, the Israelis in the same type of manner. But as time goes on, we're going to see the real full force of everything that's going on right now. And all of this is leading to ultimately World War III, the destruction of America, different things of that nature, alright? But these are all like, I wouldn't say tidbits, but important steps that are being taken to lead to that end.
Ezekiel 3 and 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word of my mouth and give them warning from me. When I say give them warning from me,
so only we ain't coming from our home out. This ain't something that we just jumped out and said, you know what we should do? Go out in the street and just say what we feel like saying. Say it, right? Say what we feel like saying. This is actually coming from the Heavenly Father, right? This is divine intervention of the Heavenly Father putting his spirit upon us and allowing his word to flow through us to be before the people, so that wherever you sit within that message, only you get the message. Right, go ahead.
Just a quick one. Isaiah 62 and 6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord Yahweh, keep not silence.
Right, so day nor night, right, is done by the internet. The internet makes it as to where, we ain't gonna be out here 24/7. We got quote unquote lives to live. We gotta go to work, or family, whatever, alright? But the way that you do get 24/7 day or night is how? By the use of the internet. Right? And that's all really, truly, you can pull out scriptures, really, bring the point to a whole. That of what the internet was really utilized. The main purpose, one of the key purposes of the internet was to basically gather the Heavenly Father's people together, right? And that's what you're actually seeing right now. You're seeing this is a token of right? The fact that you see us standing there, right? This is prophecy. Revelation 11, Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. Right? These are things, these actions ain't just happening just by chance. They're actually part of the script, and they're things coming to pass.
But I'm back in
Yeah, I know.
Ezekiel 3 and verse 18, when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thy hand.
Right, so we've been given a message. So we have to go through and bear the message. But if we don't, guess what? It's going to fall. The judgment that's going to come to pass is going to fall upon our head. Right? Because we basically knew of it, but we took it upon ourselves in that lying and atonement. Right? A good example of that, to a lesser degree though, is Jonah. We did with Jonah trying to run away from him bringing a message onto the Ninevites, right? Basically said like, he didn't want to serve the Heavenly Father, he ran off. And then as he ran, he went down to Tarshish, which is modern day Spain. The Heavenly Father made a way shipwrecked, and then followed by a well, right? 3 days, 3 nights. Similar to the speaking to the miracle, signs of how to shine, right? But basically, that's the duty. We have to go out and bring it forth, and it's up to you whether you take it or leave it. Yeah, that's why we ain't fussing, we ain't trying to run no one down and say, please listen to us. It's on you. We done our job. That's coming out here is enough. They ain't required of us to headlock people, drag people on the feet, and say, please listen. No, it's God's word and you can do with it as you will. Right? You read all throughout the Bible, there's countless different people that basically heard the word and they did with what they pleased. You got what I'm saying? It's the book of Amos 3 and 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people be not afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord Yahweh has not done it? Right? So anytime there's a form of evil, which word evil means a bad time, right, in the city, that's done by the Heavenly Father. Because guess what? He controls the right and the left hand side. When you go to various accounts, we deal with the book of Job, right? In the first chapter, you have Satan. The Heavenly Father's children come before him, before his throne, and then it says Satan came before him as well. And then the Heavenly Father basically asked Satan, he said, look, what do you think about our servant Job? And he said, he's the only made a hedge about it. He said, okay, he said, like, we basically allowed Satan to torment him for a season of time, right? And it still was shown that Job was a righteous man, right? But the mere fact that the Lord gave Satan leeway to, or shall I say, a space for him to mess around with Job, to fuck with Job, really shows you who's in control, right? He needed permission. That's right. It wasn't up just being rebellious, doing his own thing. He was basically in order. Yeah. And that's the same thing that also happened when you had I forget what we put in. We had the council in heaven, right? When he said, realigning the spirit outside, right? To go to war, forget what he would. Get the example to Ahab, I forget who Ahab. Yeah. They basically had to even go forward, basically, the lion spirit, the mouth of the prophet. So So you have when Heavenly Father does these things, the main reason, the main reason why he does these things is for him to bring judgment upon earth. Let me continue with what I'm reading. Amos 3 and 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the sea, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the sea, and the Lord Yahweh not have done it? Surely the Lord power Yahweh will do nothing, but revealeth his secrets unto his servants the prophets. Right. So you have the prophets of old, the prophets of new. They always received the Heavenly Father's message. And guess what? They were to bear it before the people to make it be known. Right? The Heavenly Father ain't gonna jump to the throne and say, listen, or sleep, open the clouds and look down and say, everyone listen to what I say. This is gonna happen. When has he ever done it? He's never ever done it before. So when you read throughout the scriptures, what it always says, you have a book like Genesis, right, Exodus, Numbers, or Leviticus, Numbers, and the Deuteronomy. You have the first 5 books, what they know as the books, the book of Moses, right, the Torah, right. Then you have the writings of history, book of Judges, book of Joshua. All these different books pertain to different men, and even in some cases, 1 or 2 women that in their generation, the message of the Heavenly Father made it known unto the people. But then, lo and behold, we always reading it is that their son didn't take the message to heart. They just fanned the hands and kept on doing what they were doing. Right? You got something?
Jeremiah 20. When you mentioned about Jonah, about the forbearing, essentially. Jeremiah 20 and 8. I spake, I cried out, like violent spoil, because the word of the Lord Jehovah was made Then I said, I will not make mention of him, nor speak any more in his name. But his word was in my heart as a burning fire, sharp in my bones, and I was weary with forbearing. I could not say. So yeah, with the way this word is, like the prophet said, there's always men that have been sent to basically deliver the message. And this is something that can't be held back. God, if it's been taught to go out and put it out, that's something that burning in your spirit to go and put out. And that's what you
read the account there. When you read the account, yeah, you had a guy called Shah, I believe he was one of the chamberlains, one of the men of the king at that time, and he basically put Jeremiah in prison for I can't remember for how long, but he basically threw him in prison, then brought him out, and he basically was messing with him. Jeremiah basically put a curse upon him. He basically said, look, you're going to go into Babylon and you're going to die there. But at the same time, we also had him, he was basically lamenting. He was saying that, look, every time I deal with this word, I'm having a hard time because he didn't want to deal with it. But then guess what? He did a 180 and said, like, he couldn't do nothing but the word. Could you imagine it's the same for us? We have the example of Lot, who was upset by the filthy conversation of the wicked, right? Vexed by the filthy conversation of the wicked. Some of the things, conversations you wind up getting into when you're day to day, you just say, you know what, man? Even if you said to yourself, I mean, as long as the Spirit of the Heavenly Father is you, right, the Holy Spirit, you hear something to be said or something to be mentioned, and it'll rub you the wrong way. People feel like, I don't want to hear about this. I want to know about this stuff. You see a video online, catch you off guard, and you see some kind of foolishness, right? Because everything really in His kingdom, right, is for the most part being perpetuated to bring about a wicked spirit, right?
surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. Yet if thou warn the wicked,
Yeah, so this on the contrary. On the other hand, if you give the wicked warning, right, someone that's not going in the way of the heavenly Father, right?
well, that's, yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness,
Right, if you warn him, but he turned away from the truth, stay away.
nor from his wicked way shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul.
Right, but on this side, in this occasion, you basically delivered yourself from the judgment. Right, and this is what all the prophets were operating under. When you read books around the Bible, right? When you read all their lives, right, you wonder why on earth would you want to go be subject to that level of pain. Matthew 23 and 47. There's something in the latter part, maybe 67.
Thank you.
Right, so we'll end at 67. 23, mate. Yes, wait, the other. Matthew 22. Okay, yeah, that's
Matthew 23:37. O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets.
right, so this is the Lord speaking and the basic speaking. The way it was at the time in the land of Israel, speaking to those in Jerusalem, Rosh Shalom, the city of peace, right? Basically speaking to them and saying, what's he going to say, God?
O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets and stonest them.
Thou that killest the prophets and stonest them, right? So stoning today was the equivalent of a hail of gunshots, right? Can I read that part again?
Thou that killest the prophets and stonest them,
Thou that killest the prophets and stonest them, can I read that?
which are sent unto thee. How often
Which are sent unto thee, right? Because the Heavenly Father will always send forth a prophet. Go to the book of Isaiah, where it speaks of new things who are to be come to you.
Yeah, but it's like fuss with I can't go to the place.
It doesn't stay in place.
No, sometimes. The second one, sometimes. I feel that way too.
New thing.
Okay, new things so I can play. Isaiah 42:9. Behold, the former things that come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them.
Right. Former things will come to pass. So you have the prophet before, they basically, things they would have spoken of, they come to pass. They basically play their part and did their job. But then now, Isaiah was speaking and saying, new things do I declare. New things.
Behold, the former things will come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them.
Right. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. Right.
Yeah. Well, sing. Okay. Behold, the former things will come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them.
Right. Before they spring forth. So that's what, ultimately, that's the task of a prophet. What the prophet, when you break it down, means pro, meaning before, and fed, meaning to speak. So they're basically speaking before.
Betul. Parti belakang ni kita bos dia.
Basically, act.
Bridge ni, kita Range Rover ni. Parti belakang dia.
Read the whole of Matthew.
Matthew 23:37. O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets and stonest them, which are sent unto thee. How often would I have gathered thy children together, even as a hen gathereth her chickens under her wings, and ye would not.
Right, so on many occasions, the Heavenly Father basically
Dan hidup sekarang,
his people,
pisau kita pergi jalan
saying
tak
on
tak
many occasions,
pada aku jalan kaki.
I would have gathered you together.
Aku
So
suruh
basically,
terus
what
kita
we're speaking about by gathering together is speaking to what the kingdom of heaven, right? Basically, a branch of foolish. Well, what happened was every time we tried to do that, they didn't want to do it. You guys said, well, the Lord is and the king exalted which is that was John. I'm just going to say the question. The king exalted the Lord himself. You have the power that be at the time of Sanhedrin, right? The Levitical priesthood that sat in the seat of Aaron. They basically they knew what he was meant to do, right? They understood his duty. But the key thing as to why they didn't want it to take place was because it threatened their power, their grip on that state as their own.
Matthew 11 and 16. But whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto children sitting in the market, calling unto their fellows, and saying, We have piped unto you, and ye have not danced. We have mourned unto you, and ye have not lamented. For John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say he hath a devil. The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, Behold, a man gluttonous, and a wine bibber, a friend of publicans and sinners, and permissive is justified by children. So yeah, regardless of the stead that he came in, whether it was eating, getting cursed out for not, getting cursed out for eating, drinking, but then not eating and drinking, still getting cursed out regardless. As far as for them, they all basically like, they don't care about the message. They just don't like the message. Right? They're hearing the music, which the word is likened to a song. But then what? For them, they don't vibe with it. They're not even trying to move, man. They ain't getting into it. Which is why it's regardless how it's delivered. It can be delivered smooth, it can be delivered harsh, whatever. Regardless, they're just not gonna hear it.
And to that point, that's why there's various we're a body outside. You have different types of personalities. You have more laid back, smooth individuals, you have more rough and rugged, straight to the point, eloquent, straightforward, easy to digest. You have a myriad of brothers in this thing. But guess what? The message is a message. And a lot of people, they may even like, take to a certain degree. Once they hear certain things, it's going to make them feel like, for me, right? And that's what they see. That's probably
Matthew 11 and 23. And thou, Capernaum, which art exalted unto heaven, shall be brought down to hell. For if the mighty works which have been done in thee had been done in Sodom, it would have remained unto this day. But I say unto you that it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom the day of judgment than for thee. Yeah, that's just one of the examples where Yahweh went to. And then the message was not received in the slightest. And it's funny as well because this was a period of time where it was going to those in the bulk of Judea. But then what? It was afterwards where it went out to the scattered Israelite foreigners that were round and about. So these guys were, they knew their Israelites, so they would have been following the laws, they would have been keeping the ordinances. But then even among them, there were those where they were brick rockheads that could not get. And then there were those where they were marked. They basically got destroyed, man. A lot of them Jakes got annihilated when you get to 70 AD, when Jerusalem got caught and smacked. But then afterwards, it went out and it went abroad heavily. Men raised up to do that. And hey, that's the beauty of it, because now we're in a time where we're basically all foreigners. None of us grew up in the land. Like, some few might have known the Israelites as though being praised. Because the word's been out for a minute, but by and large, most people would have been completely ignorant to who they were. So now, what that mending, that bridge, that media, to get us back in, is it can be appreciated even more in the state that we're in now. Revelation 9 and 12. One woe is past, and behold, there come 2 woes more hereafter. And yeah, those woes that we had spoken of, those are the world wars, the great amount of destruction. When you go from Revelation chapter 9, it's going into detail on the First World War, the means by which that was enacted. And when you deal with the Second World War, Third World War, those are the things of what is to come. And as for the Second World War, that's one that's already passed. That was 1939 to 1945. And now we're in the midst where we can see essentially the build-up, the opening shots of the Third World War, and the Third World. Because the key players is really the state of Israel and Iran. Those are the main players that are going to draw everyone into the conflict. You go into the First World, the Second World, it always starts with alliances and conflict between two different sets of alliances. But then once it kicks off and it escalates, how does it escalate? Those allies being drawn into the conflict. And that's happened recently. You've had more or less both groups kind of backed by Iran coming up against the state of Israel. Then the state of Israel, what are we getting? We're getting backed by chiefly America, Europe. The discussion this week was, or in the last few days, was what you call it? Biden saying he's going to cut off military supplies to Netanyahu if he continues with his offensive, or what you mentioned, Rafa. He said he's looking to do a ground offensive after they pulled back like maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. So that's now the focal point. And then Rafa's what it was not like a refugee camp. There's another word. It was safety. Yeah, it's where people are kind of like collected to receive aid and other things. So doing an attack on that's going to be a backlash. The whole issue people have had so far has been civilian casualties, which that's not even new. So I even remember what's the name? They wanted to kick out Al Jazeera from the state of Israel. But I don't know. I think they voted to kick them out. Al Jazeera. No, I think what's her face? Was it news presenter? That got the news presenter. When she got sniped. I was like, that's been like that's been like civilian deaths have been in the past. It's only now it's getting a much bigger spotlight on it. But these are things now we can see. It's all stirring. Everyone's being drawn in. So, got anything more? Joel 3 and chapter 9. No, Joel chapter 3 verse 9. Proclaiming this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Be your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come to heathen, and gather yourselves together round about, thither, thy mighty ones, to come down, O Lord Yahweh. But yeah, all the heathen being assembled and gathered, all these different nations, they're being drawn in. And that's how all of these world scale conflicts have gone. Even when you go to what was basically set in template, Cold War, you essentially had the world divided, east and west. You had the bulk of the USSR and then America. And then they had alliances along those lines. Then what? That was when it was, which still goes on today, so it was proxy wars. Where they'll back different nations or different groups. They might back a certain political candidate, they might back a certain militia group, and then they'll say, oh, the example would be like the Taliban. There was that period of time where the Taliban was getting backed by the UK. But then you go forward a few decades and it flips on its head. Because why? That was done in a time where it was, anything, they'll basically support anyone that will go against whoever Russia was backing. So these back and forths, they've been built up. Where now, you've got Iran, you've got Syria, where they're close allies with Russia, and then what? The state of Israel has been a key American ally in the Middle East. And you basically have the escalation of the conflict between the Palestinians and the state of Israel. And it's getting bloodier by the minute. Which now is everyone's eyes running, and you can see everyone can easily be drawn in. As it says, Jeremiah 49:20, therefore hear the counsel of the Lord Yahweh, they have taken against Edom, and his purposes, being purposed against the inhabitants of Timor. Surely the least of the flock.
Edom is the modern day so-called white man. And Timon is the wise man out being the German.
Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he will make their habitation desolate with them.
Right, so the least of the flock is speaking about the least within their people being out of the so-called Jews, right? In the state of Israel. They're basically the ones with the helmet basically bringing out America, United Kingdom, NATO and the EU to war basically. Right? And outside of them, who's really prodding proxies of America, UK, NATO and the EU? No one. Right? It really is the state of Israel. They're the main ones that basically, stepping up to the plate in terms of conflicts and warfare. Outside of that, they say America ain't really doing nothing about it. What is it? The only thing that we're doing is backing the state of Israel, right? So that in itself, they're the ones that are only going to bring about this World War III. And this is everything we're seeing going on right now is the lead up to that time. Right? You know what I'm saying?
So back in Joel 3. there will I sit to judge.
Right, the valley of Jehoshaphat is a valley is a low land. Basically, it's a place where the heavens is. But Jehoshaphat goes into the east. Yahweh Shaphat. Yahweh is the heavenly Father. Right, so that low land, that valley, is where it's going to gather up for them to be judged. The low land, basically a pit where no one can get out of. Right, they're going to be surrounded by two mountains. And pit, you know, they're basically going to exterminate one another in that land. But read on.
But there will I sit to judge the heathen round about.
Right, so the Heavenly Father is going to sit as a judge, right, in the midst of all those nations, and he's going to watch over them as they kill each other, right, because that's his judgment. Right, read on. And read what nations we're speaking about. We're speaking about America and Russia being in the helm. And anyone that stands in line with America, and anyone that stands in line with Russia, those nations are going to be gathered together in that land, and they're basically going to kill each other. Right?
Put ye in the sickle. Oh, okay. But there will I sit to judge the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe.
Right, so it said, put you in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. As you look, if you don't know, the sickle is a farming instrument designed using agriculture. So basically he's saying, if you're going to reap, you know, in the time of reaping, the sickle, that'll be one of the instruments that'll be used in terms of farming. Right, so the Lord is basically Job right here. The Lord, the Holy Spirit speaking through him. He's basically saying, yo, stick with sickle, which is ripe already. It's the time of reaping. Alright?
The harvest is ripe.
The harvest is ripe.
Come get down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Yeah? Multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord's hour is there in the valley of decision.
Right, the valley of decision.
Isaiah 60:1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come. The glory of the Lord Jehovah is risen on thee.
Right, rise come. Basically, right now the veil of darkness is a time where the light is come. Right now, the veil of darkness is going to be lifted up. And that's what we, you know, told us in the gospel. And basically, when our salvation draws near, we're to look up. Right, put it to us.
For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people.
Right, that's our darkness. Most of the people right now, they walk in darkness. They ain't aware of what's going on happening in terms of society. You know, on this day, it's a magical day. You know, you can make your plans, you can make different things, enjoy the weather. Right, but in reality, behind closed doors, there's cogs in the machine that are working. Right, and then moment to moment, bringing about this time. Right, because ultimately when you deal with the government, they serve to a bigger, or shall I say, they're serving to an agenda. Right, there's something that has to take place that are basically actively working. That's why you see things like the pandemic that happened. That was a big shift in our generation, right? And the effects of the pandemic is still being played out right now. You just had AstraZeneca come out, and they basically said we're taking away our vaccinations for the sake of future. Right? They're taking away the vaccinations from circulation. Why? Because they said to give people blood.
press association, we're very sorry about it. And then, yeah, they've removed the AstraZeneca one. But then, the thing is now, is who even gives a flying fuck? Who even knows about that? No one gives a flying fuck about it nowadays. No one thinks about it. Like you said, it's a nice sunny day. People are going out there, they're in the park. They're one of the other parks. They've got
Or a beer garden.
yeah, they've got a beer garden. They've gone to a rooftop garden. They're out enjoying some concert or some kind of event. They're enjoying themselves. They're having a good time. People don't give a fuck. And that's really what it is. Like you said, it's not a mystery. It's people don't know.
And that's because they came out just this week, a couple days ago, and they basically said it gives people a pepper. And no one, there's no
Right, is exactly what everyone was saying for so long. But then, and now for the horse's mouth. And that's the thing. It happened with a lot of these things, conspiracies. Remember, it was like Pizzagate or something like, there's all these people who are running X, Y, Z. Then apparently years later, you get hard evidence. Then it's just like, oh, hold on. So that should make you think. Should you really just be trusting what people say at face value? It's been proven like time and again that these guys have it in their benefit to BS.
And I go to the point where I say, there's an agenda. There's an agenda they make. There's an agenda they're playing out, right? They're working. Like I said, the pandemic was a very big shift in our generation, alright, where it set the ball rolling for the strategic components of their agenda to be established. One of them, you have the Georgia Guidestones that basically provided the tenets of the New World Order. The first one was to basically calling for the depopulation of the people, right? So that the world is in great majesty by having 500 million people on the face of the earth. Right now you have 8 million, around 8 million, give or take, 8 million people on earth. So we're talking about killing they're talking about killing, they're talking about killing 7.5 million people off the face of the earth. And then you deal with what AstraZeneca has come out and said. That tells you part of the agenda, right? And it's proving something in line with what they said before, that they said, you don't have to not tell them. You just have to hold them for so long that by the time you do tell them it's irrelevant and they don't want to hear it. Who wants to hear about the pandemic right now? No, that's the last thing you want to hear about. You don't want to think about nothing to do with that. You want to move on in line.
No, they already have.
You already have. They already have. You've already lost out 2 years of your life. So it's that catch-up time. And a lot of people, that's a pivotal topic. The out we're talking about, working there, family members, making psychological effects to you, being top of the house, different things like that.
With the lockdown basically being stuck indoors, there's a bunch of psychological impacts that have been had that they're starting to measure, and they're seeing they fucked up a whole generation to where they're sorely damaged because of that tough time, which is something that you should look at all the mental health treatments and whatnot, all those things have gone up way more. People's behavior has become more neurotic. People are more messed up psychologically than they were previously. And then it's the behaviors people are doing, they've got even more degenerate form. That's why the long-term impacts of it, no one's even looked into it. People have barely even begun to study it to understand. Then it's you think about it, what everyone was locked up indoors. You go out for a walk. If a Bobby sees you and he don't like the way, why you finding you fucking
right? They know this from, the behaviors of people in prison.
Well, yeah, solitary confinement to punishment to jail. Because
It's
like
basically
human
cutting you
interaction,
off from human interaction and having you on lockdown for 23 hours a day, or even 24 hours a day.
you go out and you in a circle, and like it's essentially like a prison punishment. I read this, Isaiah 57 and 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover thy locks, make bare the leg. Uncover the fire, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. Yeah, that's what nakedness being uncovered. We've essentially had more of how the system has come together over time. When you think about how, what is it? Well, like news outlets or whatnot, how news would be delivered to the people. For like the last 60 odd years, you would have had like a bunch of companies owned by a very small select group of people, able to pick and choose, what gets reported and what doesn't. By and large, most people wouldn't be able to have any form of contact or gain an understanding of things beyond like maybe their town. So your understanding of the world would have been restricted down to what they decide to clue you in on. And that's something that the internet, the unicorn and so-called information age brought to an end. Now we basically be able to see images, videos, live streams from all over the show to kind of realize, like, be able to keep the loop of what's going down. When you see events go down on Twitter, and then you're going to have, live reporting before news, what do you call it, even news stations even report. There's very few times where it'll be something where the news is going to be able to catch up, man. And that guy who set himself on fire outside of his trial, like a week or two back, they got CNN reporting live while he listening. But if it was on TV, they couldn't report it. You go on Twitter, you see that guy live and direct as soon as it happens. And that's really the gap between. Same for what's, that building up of World War III. That's something that you can go online and see. You can see strikes are being done. People are getting, the impact of people getting languid and all that weaponry. You can see that immediately. And you can truly understand what's going down. Because previously, I remember it's like the Iraq. That was something like 2001 when that started. That shit was only on TV. You were barely able to see what was going on. All the things that were done in the dark during that came out like a decade later. Maybe like 7-8 years later when they started having trials about, these guys came through and did a madness here. These men did a madness here. Blackwater came through and fucked up this town. But at the time, who you knew was glorious liberty was being put to a rock. Where it says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not beat you as a man. And yeah, that's a flip side to how it was 2,000 years ago. When Yahushua came 2,000 years ago, they came to fulfill a certain purpose. Which is why he said, if it was my kingdom, my servants would fight. That was on the time for Yahushua to receive his kingdom. But now, with his current place, this place has been revealed for what it is. Those people thinking that America especially was the kingdom of heaven. These guys were thinking they'll establish something righteous over there. Even as they went over there and destiny on the north, right? On the people of all that's basically been revealed, man. Yeah, like Thanksgiving, man. That was something where I remember watching all those sitcoms and whatnot, those American shows, like during the 90s, was be like, oh, everyone comes together and it's always something warm and positive at Thanksgiving. But then you go into the reality of it, and then what? It was a celebration of God being decimated. And these are the realities that have now come out. The true nature of the so-called Western world and how it was going. And once the same blood is fire of the land comes in cleanse except by the shedding of the blood of the one who shed it. So there's a price that needs to be paid. That's where it comes down to, yeah, I was trying to say, look at the man. Verse 4 it says, as for our Redeemer, the Lord Yahweh of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, but thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. Yeah, even amongst, talking about World War III, what? You're going to have the allies, the so-called allies of Europe. They're going to flip on it. Why? Because that whole, that image, that visage of America, that shining, glorious, hopeful land, and all the myths associated with it, those things have all basically decayed away. You had that time where it was what America was seen as righteous, upright, the highest, most developed place on the planet Earth, the greatest country on Earth, all that boasted. But now what's been revealed? Now it's not. Was it ever?
Nehemiah 3 and 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft that setteth nations through a whoredom, and families through a witchcraft. Right. Great export of America is what? It's culture. Right? That's why you have McDonald's in every other country. You have Burger King, KFC. KFC, for example, what does it mean? Kentucky Fried Chicken. There ain't no Kentucky over here in England. There ain't no Kentucky over there in Dubai or Saudi Arabia. But it's an export of America. And the greatest propaganda tool really was Hollywood. Right? When you go into the word Hollywood, and you break down the etymology of it, it basically goes into the hollow wood that one was made from. Right? Because they really cast the spell on you. Broadcast the spell. Alright? Whereby when you watch TV, you basically get put in a trance and it sells you a dream. That dream is known as the American dream. Right? That's why people out there, I can't lie, the first time I went to America myself, I was in awe, man. I was like, bro, man, I've seen it on TV for all these years and I'm finally here. By the time I've been there a couple times, it wore off. It rubbed away. Like, it ain't voice. True touch to me.
Funny, it's not even what you saw. It's like the shit you saw on TV years back. I mean, it's not what you saw in like the 80s. But it's more just having seen all those movies and TV shows and whatnot, where these iconic locations that we kind of see in a couple of
That's amazing.
like people come over there, the red phone booths.
Yeah, basically, yeah, because you've seen it from afar. But by the time you get acclimated with it and you really actually, put two and two together and really like my logo, you realize that what the fuck is this shit? You don't really mean it. But it's just that really shows you the spell being craft. You've been programmed to think in a specific manner. Right? When you actually have time to digest it, you realize that it's just, I'm not going to play America as you do to it, right? And that there's money over there, there's abundance of things, different things over there. Not to downplay that, but I'm just saying there's a greater.
So great. Well, there's a whole narrative around America.
Yeah. That's space being perpetuated. That's why people want to pick it up, run with it, bring it to their country, their own land, and then deal with it. Like, you see there's certain chocolates I've seen, like, fucking free musketeers. I've seen that in comic books. And when I was like 7, 8 years old, I'm like, I wonder what that tastes like. You know, so you're always thinking about, I've never seen like, what's the other different things that get marketed. Imagine the fucking glory. Why they got that first in there?
I remember there would be like 6 pages of ads. Maybe 1, 2 pages, 2.
Yeah.
Funny stuff.
So you see different things, and then like music, you see like clothes and certain things. By the time I got the clothes, it's like all rubbed off. It's like, this ain't even a good quality of the full of these. Some fucking shit. Like, they keep a better quality over there. I'm not saying that again for everything. I'm just saying it to be real. How great that spell is. How much of a spell it is. Right? That you would have the same or better, and it'll actually play on your mind that you want what they have, and you don't even understand that deep thing. So I'll read it again, Nahum 3 and 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcraft. Yeah, so like I mentioned, Hollywood being one of the main proponents of that witchcraft. We deal with the broadcasting of that hollow wood. Right? That's that biggest selling point. How many movies did you watch that made you really feel like, you know, that really actually galvanized a lot of people to jump on an airplane or even jump on a boat maybe, like yeah, to go over to America and set up shop. Yeah, for a life right? Verse 5, behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord Yahweh host, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. Right? So this is right? The Heavenly Father is basically showing that America, that big bad bully that it once was, or the bearer of light to the world, it doesn't really have that same mystique. Right? The war is basically waiting in the eyes of people. Right? Not to say it doesn't have it, because it's going to have it up until the time of the end. What does it say in the book of Matthew? It says, "He shall receive the drinking and giving in marriage up until the time of, like our Lord was marked." So it's going to be different things over there. Like right now, hey, I'm supposed to music here. And you see that they're doing it now. Drinking, catching the farm. Right? But still, those little things,
All right.
you know, kind of
Now,
about
can I
some
let
kind
you
of
know?
energy and culture where everyone, cultivates it, means that people want to be around it, right? But in reality, there's nothing much there, right?
Kind of highlights how much missing the really is. When you go back like decades, the more decades you go back, like, kind of richer, things get cultured, forms of music, you see much more like quality, skill, talent, stuff like that, to a much higher degree. And that's not just music, that's in all aspects. Now we're meant to be in a time where things are meant to be so advancing, but then what we're still seeing left, most things are degrading now. Most forms of expression of talent and skill, they're not the same thing as like football. It used to be something where it's like you could just throw in the middle of the night, you could throw in any match. You can see like skill and talent, you can see hella goals, it's gonna be entertaining. I remember a time where it would be like players all throughout all these different teams coming down the table. There'll be one or two like talented players here and there. It's like now, even through the money, through the focus, international players, it's nowhere near as engaging. And that kind of shows. It's like that shine is basically coming up. Like the brother said, it's not level shine that once happened. Hollywood's a perfect example. There was a period of time where like Hollywood was making like super classics, legendary classics. Even in for instance, like 2000, 1999, well, you had like Matrix come out, legendary. But then what? Now you go to more recent time, like very few movies are kind of no. And then all forms kind of, you know, those during the 60s and 70s, yeah, that kind of acceleration of technology, but now it's kind of hit people. And it's now, it used to be like, oh, you know, how technology is going to make your life easier, but now people are realizing that it's actually hit a point where it's become a detriment. It's being destroyed by, you know, by smartphones. There's a bunch of people where it's like having a smartphone, it's a detriment to them overall. There's parents where they'll have a kid. Like when, you know, you go back 10, 20 years, you have to engage with them, you have to take them to the park, you have to entertain them. But now they'll just put them in the pram and just give them an iPhone. And then he just get entertained, brains to your pram. They need to go to
Verse 6. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vow, and will set thee as a gazing stock. And it shall come to pass that all they who look upon thee shall flee from thee, and say, Nineveh is laid waste. You will know only, funnily enough, that being made violent in the face of this nation actually make those that be peaceably actually come against them. Right? The Heavenly Father is going to make us something going to happen. Whereby they will be the United Kingdom included. Going to basically, they don't want to align themselves with America. To the point where they actually want to cause throw their law in the enemy of America, destroy America. And it shall come to pass that all they that look upon you shall flee from you, and say, Nineveh is laid waste. What shall I say? They're going to feel, and Nineveh basically is another way of saying America. No one ain't going to be there and say, yo, they destroyed America, let's go over there and help them to do good. Then you're going to be like, you're going to have those that are going to bemoan the fact that they can't make money. They want to steal from them no more. But for the most part, they're going to really understand that it's a wrap. It's over. Right? All these things are based on these things that happen step by step that lead into the destruction of America. Right? The judgment rate is out of the Holy Bible. Isaiah 13 and 19. As Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt from generation to generation. Yeah, like I said, Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellence. That's the height to which America is being held. The glory of kingdoms. People look at it like, yo, that's on a whole other level. That's what the brother's going into. And that's something that you see. And then it's noticeable. Even if you wait for the nation just to be, the way people deal with few Americans. Nowadays, they'll point to a time where they would have been viewed as esteemed above other nations. But then when you look at them now, the average American, you know, you go on YouTube or something, they'll do those questionnaires where it'll be the whole, you know, finding out how stupid Americans are, asking them where certain countries are going, or asking them certain historical questions, and then they'll kind of go to just like, you know, average dude, and then it'll be asking a question, it'll be the whole, it's whack. Now there's that perception of fuck these, you know, these guys, they're not pushed in, man. Everyone's learned about the horror is the American public school system. That's something that's
Isaiah 47, start from verse 5. Isaiah 47:5. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, and thou shalt no longer be called the lady of kings. I was wroth with my inheritance and with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. On the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. Yeah, so dealing with the tribes, you're both the northern and southern. The way they've been dealt with has been with no mercy, man. They've been decimated. Once we deal with the northern kingdom, they were established. They were dealing with the land. Esau came over, and then what did he do? He took them out by violence, took their goods, and then took where they were established as well, the land. And that's something you're not supposed to do. You're not meant to remove someone else's landmark. And then what you see, that's even which it's funny, because that's the same conflict basically going on between what the state of Israel and Palestine. That's basically bringing your land. And you go to the scripture, there's the Lord's back to your wife. That's something that, people will go to war for. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things. Neither didst remember the land ended. Yeah, I'll be a lady forever. Basically thinking you would have that prominent position. And that's the same thing with when it comes to all these nations. They'll basically set up for a certain period of time. They'll get put into power and raised up for a certain season. But then what happened afterwards? Afterwards they'll be declined. Afterwards they'll be removed. But that's what people. No one likes dealing with. But that's the same thing now. Now people are really in the mindset that they think there'll be no end. To Esau's people thinking about in general. Dude, these guys are 20 years, 30 years in the future, 100 years, still a whole year. 50 years to whatever technology, and then we'll be able to do X, or we'll work out things, and then by the time we work out how to do this technology, we'll be able to do space flight, blah blah. I'm like, you guys really think inside of the world? I'll read this. Psalms 49 and 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. So the inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. That's really the mindset that we go in. When you deal with this kingdom, the way it was established by blood, there needs to be a recompense for it. This is why there's so many tensions that still exist in America. America, the way where by violence or by theft, and it's not been addressed. There's not been peace has been made between the two parties, but then they're trying to have it function in a way where it's like, oh, we're all beyond this. But then, under every rock, those same issues are still there. But it wasn't. That means that it's that's something I remember. So what's his name? Playing an Irishman.
Tanya ni nak pasang wifi tu.
Extension server.
Pasang wifi. Dia nak pergi pun pasang wifi.
Basically saying like, seeing how this has been established, He's like, there's no way you can't see there being some insurrection. And that's the thing that was to a certain degree.
Komen pada
And that was a pressing with Jacob. Now Jacob had dealt with both the northern and southern kingdom. Why? It's going to be impressed. Now in the time of the end. Because even now, even between Esau, Satan be divided against himself, how then shall his kingdom stand? Even with that, you've got currently in America, like the right wing and the left wing politics are basically more enemies. These guys are about ready to start Civil War 2.0. And so even with, even without getting to the topic of Jacob there and the history of what's gone down, there's still immense amounts of conflict. So back in Isaiah 47, what's it say? Isaiah 47 and 7. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasure, that dwellest carelessly, and sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. Yeah, that's essentially thinking there's going to be no, there's no price that needs to be paid. There's no point in time where you're going to have to address, what's gone down. And that's a complete fabrication. Because the thing is, that also ties in with Wisdom of Solomon 2. If you go into Wisdom of Solomon 2, it goes into the mindset of Solomon way. His whole approach. Which, you go into philosophy, different forms of philosophy where they express those same ideas. But then what? That's because it's something that's in his spirit. His mindset is basically, he's going to die one day. So he's just like, enjoy good things. And, if that requires, also oppress, the poor innocent man, why? The way they live, the way they think is nothing, so it's so different. Basically, it blinds on these tricks of the spirit. And that's something you see express. Even if you're not, it's not engaged with some of the behaviors that Esau engaged with, people look for you. If you feel like, you don't support, people are kind of just religious thing, or they'll be looking at home. You might have certain standards of how you conduct yourself throughout the day. That'll be something where people kind of, they'll be a bit stand up. That's why, as far as for them, they're underneath the mindset of that do as thou wilt. That's what
Proverbs 29:27. Man is an abomination to the just, and he that is upright in the way is an abomination to the wicked.
Yeah, basically, those those inverse, they're basically, they can't mix, they're going to chafe against them. They can't be easy. And that's where you get, the gap when Jacob and Esau. You have the righteous Jacob and you have the wicked Esau. And then from the womb, there was content. And it's something still to the day, there's still content. The whole mindset, even going back to the time of Greek, there was what the whole world being as one. Why is from the time of the Tower of Babel trying to make it where the whole world comes together as one? Why is that something that's not been accomplished? Because why? There's different natures, there's different spirits. You read this.
Sirach 33:13. As the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it as so man is in the hand of him that made them to render to him as life is his best. Good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the body against the sinner, and the sinner against the body.
Yeah, that's the gap has been put and a separation's been made. That's not something you can overcome. Even though people, try to, people might, the weakness of Israel is how to do it Esau. But then still, regardless, down to the spirits, they're not going to feel at peace. They just, just to the Jake might maneuver, behave in a way behaving just like him. They still want to, connect. Why? There's one spirit. That's something that's been established. Why that's a thing things come in opposite.
Verse 15. So look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another.
Yeah, everything has balance and counterbalance. And that's how you can't even measure. We've got more data than you've got particular seasons. And what comes with those seasons?
Macam ni gaya saya tahu bukan basuh kan. Ini dia
There's
dekat
a time when you have
Singapore.
higher temperature, there's more sunlight in the daytime. You have the other time when there's more night time, less sunshine. It's colder. But then even if there was no difference, it would be cold. You wouldn't be able to measure it. It would be like a moderate temperature all the time. But that's essentially the how we understand what's going on. What's righteous? How do you measure it? What's wicked now? Wicked. You can't measure righteous.
Sirach 42:24. All things are done one against another, and he hath made nothing perfect. One thing is established for another, and who shall fulfill the whole of his glory?
You basically have things in a balance. That's the thing. That's why you can't just overfill on one aspect.
Ataupun aku rasa aku macam
Something
steroid macam
where you have in this society, basically legislation society completely live on righteousness. Which is why you have lack of balance. When you deal with nature, for example, forests, they're in a destroyed state. You got like coral reefs being destroyed, you got pollution permeating throughout different aspects of nature. Why? Because after so much industrialization, everything nature to basically trying to change that industrialized nation. Because what it offers certain lifestyle options, but they're more so the flip side. It throws nature completely out of whack.
Sirach 10:1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and a government of a prudent man is well ordered.
That's how you're gonna have it. You're gonna pursue order. But then what's been done is essentially greed. That capitalistic desire is what has been pushed to people under this society. The reason why everyone pursues after that industrialized lifestyle is why it offers access to a whole different style of living where you then have access to what they go therefore, that's why everyone wants iPhones, everyone wants cars, everyone wants roads, skyscrapers, all these things in society. But then, you know what happens? Everyone's living like that. They pick up how's nature? That's how where it's a war supply. And where's the food going to go? Otherwise, without those things, that's the thing. It's like it's not being a millionaire. Everyone's trying to be a millionaire. But then everyone's a millionaire, but single cease to be a millionaire. It's one of those things that's meant to be accepted and accepted. Kind of thing. Those that achieve it are basically on a higher level of status. But then everyone's chasing after the same thing. The reality of there's going to be millionaires, but there's also going to be broke motherfuckers as well. That's the mindset that people should have in reality. They should think like, someone's going to be a CEO, and someone needs to be somebody's to be toilet, somebody's to be around the corner, someone needs to be, someone. That's the reality. But everything's out of balance.
As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the rule of the city is, such are they that dwell therein. An unwise king destroyeth his people. The prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. Jump out. What righteous dealings in the kingdom go by. The kingdom is transformed. That's the point of balance. Right? The example of that Babylonians. Right? They make right? And it basically broke down that. And that's when you get a saying, right? Right? But basically what happened was their judgment was broke, right? That the Heavenly Father weighed them in the balances, determined that they basically the time to go. Basically, the Heavenly Father was trying to make them so now they're going to be overturned. That's what happened. So all these things, even though it may be that the scale was tipped one thing to that of wickedness, right? The Heavenly Father is going to tip the scale to balance it, to even it out, to make it righteousness.
Isaiah 57. Yeah. 47 and 8 says, therefore, and now, this thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know lost children. But these two things shall come to me in a moment, in one day, the loss of children, widows. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. Yeah, that's the other thing. Leaning to the left-hand side, those sorceries, witchcraft, those are the baseline of how these, conduct themselves. They utilize, the left forces of witchcraft, basically structure themselves But then what? Again, balance. Has been thrown out of whack. That's basically going to be correct. Being set with your wife, your house shall return. That's basically that's something essentially you're going to have, the left-hand side given license to run completely rampant. It's an ultimate display, essentially, why that's something that needs to be done away with.
Tadi kau tanya lah.
Kau cakap tak impress gila.
Tak, kena macam tu sebab dia punya GP dia banyak award lah. Banyak award lah. Best session pun semua lah. Tapi itu 12 tahun dulu lah. Bisa LinkedIn dia. Sering dia sebelum aku interview dengan dia. Aku tak shit. Dia ramai baju tu. Tapi waktu tu dia relax je. Tahu lah. Yang penting aku bawah dia lah.
Joshua 24, 15 says, Now therefore, fear the Lord Jehovah, serve him in sincerity and in truth. Put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood, and in Egypt, and serve ye the Lord Jehovah. And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord Jehovah, choose you this day to serve, whether the gods which your fathers served, that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods that otherwise in the land of war. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord Jehovah. Yeah, that's great. Father, Jake, the decision is put to the choice makes serve the Lord. No. But at what? Actually, it's still the same race. You deal with within the nation. That's something you go to Romans 9. Romans 9 makes the same clear.
Tidak SMS lah. Nanti besok layan tahi sikit. Kenapa dia angkat ni? Tak gambar kau?
Ecclesiastes 12 and 1 says, Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Or the sun, or the light, or the moon, or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few. Those who look out the windows in the dark. Yeah, that's it's fun, and this is something where comes to you. If you're looking at that, come upon it somehow, and then with this word God, something is going out. And it's basically going to be heard by, everyone's going to get their chance with it. Even the heathen. Everyone's basically going to hear it. Because why? It's a judgment going out to the whole earth. It's the same with what the hour of temptation. It's the whole earth that's going to be tempted. Everyone's going to be feeling the pressure. They're going to be where it's you're just going to be off, able to escape. There might be, might engage to a lesser or a higher degree, but everyone's going to be tried. And that's how it's been. Just like how the prophets went out. Well, Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. So yeah, the prophets came before, they all came in the same step. To come against basically these different kingdoms, different rulers. And now it's basically just the same thing being done again. Ecclesiastes 12 and 4, it says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. It shall rise up the voice of the bird, and all the doors of the music shall be brought low. So even when the grinding is low. That's something that's where I think in this last year, it's funny because AI has been getting a big push for like the last year and a half, 2 years. And then you've had in the tech sector, there's been huge layoffs. And then as well, you just had the over in the UK, the national minimum wage go up. Then with minimum wage going up, and what prices and things increase, that's going to impact people as well. So people need to pay more for wages. Certain businesses might shut down. Certain businesses might have to close locations because it's no longer economically viable. So you have that grinding being low, that business kind of being on decline, and that's a sign, man. That's the thing is these things have been signs for prior kingdoms, prior rulers to come. And now it's really a time when we're having those signs all coming together to really let us know what time it is. Now's the time where that time is spoken of at the end. That time that you go to, where's the 2 Peter 3, where scoffers kind of, say, where's the promise is coming. Now's the time when we're seeing it come together. You go into the prophecy, speaking the time for him. Now we're seeing it all come together. So verse 5 it says, also when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fears shall be in a way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and desire shall fail. Because men goeth to long cold, and the mourners go about the streets, or ever the silver cord be loosed, or the golden bowl be broken, or the pitcher be broken at the fountain, or the wheel broken at the cistern, then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return to the Most High gate. So yes, it's basically going to be as that destruction coming. And that's something where what those prophesied, we're told to speak before. We're sent before. Which is why it's like, it's fast for the men of Israel, they get to be roused beforehand. That's what we've seen. Because now when as far as it comes to prophecy is the key thing. When you deal with prophecies, it's evident what time we're in. We're in a time where these things are being fulfilled.
Alright, this is the book of Isaiah 34:1. Come near ye nations to the air, and hearken ye people. Let the earth hear and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth. For the indignation of the Lord Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. Right? So this judgment that we're heading up to, or the time we're heading up to, is known as Jacob's trouble, where only the Heavenly Father is going to judge the world, but solely it's going to be a time of trouble for his people. It's a 12 times Jacob of Israel. Now, in that order as well, also speaks to the hour of temptation, to tempt all that are upon the earth. This is why it's great necessity that everyone hears his word. Right? It's basically ready them for the things to come. That of the MOTV, right? That see him, where they want to make everyone one, right, with the micros, chip technology. Right? They basically have total control over the masses of the people. This is by design what they're putting into play right now. Right? This is why it needs to be known. Also, when those judgments come to pass, what it means to them and also where they stand. Because when you really read through the scriptures, Isaiah speaks to him about how the children of Israel will be scattered all over the earth. Right? We've been sprinkled in every nation upon the earth. So this word has to be presented before everyone. Right? The masses of the people. So reading on, it says in verse 3, their slave, well, read verse 2 again, for the indignation of the Lord Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. You have utterly destroyed them, right? And I probably read about that in the book of Joel before, about the Heavenly Father gathering all of the nations of the people into the valley of decision, right, where he's going to sit and judge the people. So it's a thing where, hey, the world is going to feel the brunt of the Heavenly Father's destruction. You have utterly destroyed them, you have delivered them to slaughter. Verse 3, their slain also shall be cast out, and their people shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. So that's how crazy the judgment is going to be. Right, to the point where every individual that's going to be, caught up in that judgment, their stink is going to come, their bodies are basically going to be laid out on the ground, and they're going to fester into, a smell that you can't even, words can't speak, something you don't want to smell, right?